Alright, so this video starts pretty simply. I needed a new pair of headphones. My old ones were basically done. Battery wasn't holding up, connection was getting annoying, and I was constantly messing with them just to get them to work. Nothing dramatic, just time to replace them. I wasn't even planning on buying headphones that day. I was at Walmart walking through the electronics section and saw the JBL Tune 520 BT headphones, white, and they were on sale for $29.88 on a rollback. They were originally $49.99, so that immediately caught my attention. That's what made me stop. JBL is a brand that most people recognize, so I felt like I had a general idea of what I was getting, and since they were on sale, it felt like a low-risk purchase, so I grabbed them. When I got home and opened the box, the first thing I noticed was how lightweight they are. They don't feel cheap, but they don't feel heavy either, and that actually matters more than people realize. Heavy headphones can get uncomfortable fast, especially if you're not just sitting still the whole time. The white color is clean and simple, nothing flashy, nothing bulky. They don't stand out in a loud way, which I personally like. They just look normal and put together. They also fold up, which is nice if you're throwing them in a bag or just setting them aside without taking up much space. I also noticed the padding on the ear cups. It's not thick like over-ear headphones, but it's soft enough that even after 30 to 40 minutes, my ears don't feel sore or warm. That was a nice surprise. These are on-ear headphones, meaning they sit on your ears instead of fully covering them. For everyday use, they've been comfortable. They don't squeeze my head, and they don't feel tight. Because they're lightweight, they don't feel like they're pulling down on your ears. I've worn them while walking, doing things around the house, watching videos, and taking calls. I don't find myself constantly adjusting them or feel like I need to take them off right away. Are they something you'd wear all day and forget they're there? Probably not. But for normal daily use, 30 minutes, an hour, even longer, they're comfortable enough that I don't really think about them while I'm wearing them. I actually found myself reaching for them even when I didn't need to. Like, sometimes I just put them on while cooking or folding laundry. It's nice when headphones aren't a hassle, and these aren't. Let's talk about sound. For everyday listening, the sound is solid. Everything comes through clear and balanced. Nothing sounds harsh or thin. Voices are easy to understand, which matters a lot for videos, calls, and spoken content. That's actually one of the things I noticed pretty quickly. Everything sounds clean and consistent. There is bass there, but it doesn't overpower everything else. It adds some depth without making things muddy. Overall, the sound is easy to listen to and consistent. They also get loud enough without sounding distorted. I haven't had to crank them all the way up just to hear clearly. Overall, the sound does what it's supposed to do. It's easy to listen to, and I don't feel the need to constantly adjust anything. One thing I also like is that they don't feel empty at low volume. Some headphones feel flat until you crank them up, but these sound full and natural even at lower volume. That makes them easy to use in quiet spaces. One thing I appreciate is that the volume stays consistent. No sudden spikes, no random drops. Once you set it, it stays there where you expect it to be. That might sound like a small thing, but if you've ever used headphones that randomly change volume, you know how annoying that can be. Battery life has been one of the biggest positives for me. Once you charge these, you don't really think about charging them again for a while. I don't feel like I'm constantly plugging them in or checking the battery level. And when they do need charging, it doesn't take long. A short charge gives you plenty of use, which is great if you forget to charge them overnight. For everyday headphones, that's a big deal. I don't want another device that feels high maintenance. I also appreciate that I haven't noticed any significant battery drop when I leave them idle. Some headphones lose a little charge just sitting around, but these hold their power. Bluetooth connection has been reliable. I turn them on, they connect quickly, and they stay connected. I haven't dealt with random disconnects or constant reconnecting. I've used them while moving around the house and haven't had any issues with the connection dropping. They don't connect to two devices at the same time, so if you switch between devices, you'll need to reconnect manually. That hasn't been a big problem for me, but it's something to be aware of. Now, these do have a built-in microphone. For phone calls, it works fine. People can hear me clearly in normal situations. It's not meant to block out all background noise, but for everyday calls, it gets the job done. I haven't had anyone complain about the call quality, which is really all I'm looking for. The controls are physical buttons, not touch control. I personally prefer that. You can feel the buttons without looking, which makes it easy to adjust volume or pause something quickly. If you have any questions about them, drop it down in the comments. Thanks for watching.